started. Economies run out of cash.
That's not fair.
Thank you.
Even I wouldn't do that to you.
You just can't get the staff.
You have to have a holding slide, Phil, you see. You have to have a holding slide.
I thought you were the holding slide.
I learned that the first time.
Okay, I must start it.
Yeah.
Economies run out of cash and spending hits the buffer. It always has been L&D that's first in line to suffer. CIPD shows budgets cut by half or even more, and no one can be certain that there isn't worse in store. It's good, wasn't it? Good time. By preference, most training in the past was face-to-face. It surely had a human touch, but at the trainer's pace. And if you had a very large community to reach, the stats were more important than the stuff you had to teach. Today, I may make reference to companies you know and talk about the benefits that they've begun to show from taking learning live online and finding it sufficient to yield the outcomes they desire and yet be more efficient. Team players, don't let others down. They want to play a part, and having dates and schedules means they won't stall at the start. But online learning easily can replicate those things and cause the same commitment that a real classroom brings. You easily can look at images and pass on notes, or hold a conversation, or express your view through votes. And if you have a query, or you're simply overawed, some special tools reveal your moods and even say, I'm bored. It seems quite natural to click and thus to raise a hand or answer a few questions just to show you understand, and in a structured, controlled way to share an application or desktop or to surf the web from each person's workstation. Some systems need a plug-in, such as Shockwave, Flash or Java, but if you ask me personally, then I'd say I'd rather focus on objectives than the media's seduction. In learning, sometimes less is more. Don't over-egg instruction. Is the learner busy? Is the interaction massive? Who's at work? And is the learner altogether passive? If so, then that reveals the practice of a bygone age. Politely ask the trainer now to kindly leave the stage. Now, you might say, so what's to stop the same mistakes online? And I will answer nothing, nothing much, but everything is fine when learner interest is at heart and trainer wears the skin of one whose role is draw things out and much less push things in. The internet is wonderful and knowledge always near, but I'd be first in line to say it's not a panacea. You cannot touch or smell through it. You cannot there agree to meet up after session's end across a cup of tea. Online is the ideal place for running little tasters and quickly seeing off the things that often prove time wasters. Those topics which, and here I must try not to condescend, should really not use trainer time, but be part of a blend. The same is true for meetings. So why have them round a table when doing them instead online is better if you're able? I might include short seminars, lead-ins and follow-ups. Online you won't need oranges or trains or plates or cups. I'll speak to you now of skills you need to be an online trainer. You need to know your stuff, of course, but that is a no-brainer. Some trainers show the way they work is something like a joint production formed of song and dance and death by, you know. Here is the transformation that the trainer now is facing. It needs some adaptation rather more than all replacing. Post-its, flip charts, exercises still may have their place. In virtual environments, they just have a different place. Voices, may need working on. For they are vital tools. But then the same is surely true of training rooms and schools. And how you fan enthusiasm, how you light the flame is hardly any different. In fact, it's just the same. Well, having other learners near, as well as your own tutor, removes the isolation some fear comes with the computer. You still can talk with your own voice and see who's taking part, and through an online whiteboard, share ideas or create art. How to read non-verbal cues and manage student roles is just a matter of technique. It uses new controls. How to deal with IT problems, sometimes they arise, is sometimes very easy, but may need some compromise. Getting people ready. That means them as well as you. Understanding all the preparation you must do are bound to be included, and good feedback surely features. To mix support and challenge is the art of all good teachers. If that sounds like an ideal view, then let's ask what is lost. No longer being face-to-face, is there a hidden cost? Well, true. There are distractions that may be hard to resist, like telephone and email, and disturbers who persist. But you could argue cyberspace is much the safer place to rehearse situations that you'd rather not face, and learn to cope with danger, not be overcome by it, or simulate a world that's far beyond the place you sit. It seems the clock's defeated us. It may have been a breeze. Think I could do it all again, but not in Japanese. Sayonara.